Jenny. Come on over here. You're with us.
Okay, right. Now we're going to make brown butter Rice Krispie treats. And I mentioned earlier that one of the differences between these Rice Krispie treats and regular Rice Krispie treats is the butter has been browned, which I'll show you how to do that in a minute. But another difference is we're going to put half of the vanilla bean seeds into the butter while we're browning them.
I've never used
You've never used a vanilla bean before. This is what it looks like. So you just want half of one. And they come in jars. You can buy them in the spice section in your grocery store if you're looking for them.
Okay.
So what you're going to do is you're going to take a knife, a sharp knife, you're going to be careful, and cut it in half. You can see the little black specks. I don't know if you can see the little black specks just came out. And those are the vanilla bean seeds. So you're going to take those and use your knife to scrape the inside of the seeds into the butter that is melting on the stovetop. I don't know if you can see, but it looks like little tiny black flecks. So if you've ever had vanilla bean ice cream, it's usually white ice cream. If you look at it closely, it has little black flecks in it.
I was like trying to eat it there.
It's vanilla bean seeds. No, you don't eat this. This isn't going to taste very good.
No, not the shell. Like the little stuff you had right here. I was like...
You can try it. I don't know that it's going to taste that great.
I don't know. I really don't taste a lot yet. I probably still have enough on there.
It's probably like trying vanilla extract, which does not have a lot of flavor. It has
Okay, that tastes a little bit something.
Recipes.
I've never used this vanilla bean.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to use. You just got to be careful whenever you're cutting with a knife because you want to use the end of a sharp knife to get the little tiny seeds out. Okay.
Why do you need to use the seeds instead of
the
outer is just a shell.
The outer is the shell, and so the seeds are what give you a really good, rich kind of vanilla flavor. And so that's another difference between this and regular. So you want to stir that in here. So the next step, the butter's already melted. The next step is to melt butter. And the first tip when you're melting butter to make it brown is make sure you use a pot that's silver, not brown. I've got some brown pots and pans, and I've tried to brown butter with a brown pot, and it is really hard to tell when it's done.
So the color kind of shines through, and you're like, you
yeah,
can't tell.
because
like,
the butter will literally turn brown, but you want to cook it to a dark brown, but not to black, because burnt butter is not good for anything. And so I don't know if you can hear, but the butter is going to kind of start to make a noise, almost like it's clapping. And so it's going to start to bubble, and as it cooks, it will literally start to turn brown, and you'll see little
so
tiny...
So it's almost boiling, basically, or is it not exactly a boil?
You're getting it, it's not quite to a boil. You want to keep cooking it. You just keep stirring it.
Alright, now what, if you haven't already said before, I have to apologize, I'm kind of messing around over here with Maggie. What's the stove on right now?
It is, right now it's on, well, my stove goes from 1 to 10, and so it's on 6 right now.
Okay, so you're just a little over medium then.
Yes. But you want to be very careful because the butter can go from looking yellow like normal butter to burnt butter pretty quickly if you're not paying attention. So you've got to keep stirring.
keep your eyes on the button?
That's right. And it usually takes it, at least 5 minutes after the butter is melted to do it, depending on how hot you have your heat. Okay, the butter is just starting to brown. You can kind of see how it's starting to get little brown flecks in there. So we're just going to watch this until it becomes a kind of a rich, dark brown color.
Okay, this is the part where you got to focus right here.
Right.
And we're using real butter.
Yes.
Because the name of the channel is You Better Believe That's Butter.
Yes, this is real butter, and this is unsalted butter too.
Oh, unsalted, okay.
Yes, this is unsalted butter because with this recipe we're going to put in a ½ teaspoon of salt. So the benefit of using unsalted butter is you can control exactly how much salt you're putting into your recipe.
Okay.
Which for baked goods is important because with baking you want everything to be very precise. Maybe not so much with Rice Krispie treats, but with cookies and cakes and pies.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to pull that from the heat. You can kind of see it's pretty dark. I'm going to put the marshmallows in. Okay, I'm going to dump those, and then I'm going to do, let me put in ½ teaspoon of salt.
Bye-bye, marshmallows.
There you go. Now, I'm going to move this.
I'll throw these away.
We'll see. I'm going to put that over here.
We don't want marshmallows left.
I'm just going to stir it around like you do regular Rice Krispie treats. Okay, we're ready to put the Rice Krispie treats in, so let me move this back off the heat.
Where are we gonna put them in at? Oh, right over
Just
here?
right here, yep.
Alright. I'm gonna pour it.
Okay, the marshmallows are melted, so it's one nice large pot of marshmallows. We're going to put the Rice Krispie treats in. I'm gonna put about half in and kind of mix them in. This part's a little tricky, you'll probably make a huge mess because Rice Krispies will just go everywhere.
Yeah.
But that's what I tend to do when I cook, is make a huge mess.
We're falling all over the place. We're getting the dogs in here.
Oh yeah, the dogs will definitely help clean this one up. They do not mind. Okay. I'm gonna stir this in here. Yeah, I
I imagine you gotta be careful when you're stirring a little bit so you don't crush all the Rice Krispies.
Yeah, they're pretty durable, but you definitely don't want to crush them too much. Oh my goodness.
Maybe we need a bigger pot.
I think you're right. Okay, we've got the Rice Krispie treats all mixed together with the marshmallows, and we're gonna take it and dump it into a 13 by 9 pan, and I've already buttered this pan, so you wanna do that ahead of time so the Rice Krispies don't stick. I'm just gonna take them, scoop them all out into this pan, and then spread them in there evenly.
Kind of looks like oatmeal.
It does kind of look like oatmeal. Tastes way better than oatmeal though.
Yeah. Well, recently I just had some of those pre-made Rice Krispie treat brand
Oh,
treats.
you ate those?
Well, we were given a box of those, so they're around, so...
I mean, you know, if you're desperate for a Rice Krispie treat and you don't have any other options, I guess
No,
they're okay.
I'm gonna
but
enjoy this though.
I'd much prefer homemade Rice Krispie treats, especially if you're gonna use brown butter and vanilla bean. So you just mix this in here.
That's sticky.
It is very sticky, that's why I'm using a wooden spoon, not my fingers, otherwise I'll have them all over my hands. Spread that in there evenly. We're just gonna set this aside and let it cool. And then once it cools, we can cut it and eat some. All right, our Rice Krispie treats have cooled and they're cut and ready to go. So now we can eat them.
These look really good.
I hope
they
they're
look
really
really
good. They smell really good if you guys want to dig in.
Where's
Just
it?
grab
Jump
one.
in? Jump
Yep,
in, Manny.
jump in and grab one.
Grab one.
I'll let you try one first.
Alright. Dropping one for our camera guy. Alright.
Good catch, by the way.
Alright,
What do you
I got a big one too.
Uh-huh.
These are nice and gooey. That's what real marshmallow, right there.
Yummy. Oh, wait, can I see?
Mm. Kind of a hint of nutty aroma.
Mm-hmm. They're just like the classic Rice Krispie treats, but they have a richer, more intense.
Yeah. And you can see the
buttery
vanilla
flavor.
bean.
You can. You can see a little bit of vanilla bean
You
flavor.
said that just like in the ice cream.
Uh-huh.
I didn't realize it came with such a little hard bean. You just scraped it out the middle like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a bum.
What do you think?
Never use vanilla bean. These are good. These are good. This is a recipe that all you guys at home need to try.
Mm-hmm.
Impress your friends, your family, whatever. And don't buy the box of pre-made treats like I did.
No, don't do
Well,
that.
actually, I didn't do that. That was a gift from, that was sent from me, Mom. She goes, here's half of a box. Here, take it.
Well, that's
And
okay.
I'm like, okay.
With this recipe, it's not much more difficult than regular Rice Krispie treats, and it's something that your friends will ask for as well as your kids. And you would not be embarrassed to serve it. This is something I'd pay for at a bakery and be completely happy with my purchase.
Real people, real recipes. If you guys are interested in checking this out and actually participating in one of these, check in the description below. Sure. These are good. I can't stop. And you'll find links to my website, email, etc., and maybe you could be featured on one of my next episodes. All right. Thanks again, Sarah.
You're welcome.
Eat it.